Lord have mercy. Thing against Sean Davy Way, you could just come on the Wiley Show and tell me how you feel, because I'm blocked over there in Sean Davy Way channel. I'm not blocked on his station here, but I'm blocked on his YouTube channel. Yeah, he got me blocked on his YouTube channel. You know, TS Madison got me blocked on her YouTube channel. So if you got something to say towards Sean Davy Way, you can hit the link and I send the link, because I'm blocked. Yeah, I'm blocked. I can't even get time now because I'm blocked. I'm blocked over there on Storm Monroe channel. I'm blocked on Armand Wiggins channel. And so yeah, but over at the Wiley Show, we don't really put people in timeout unless you use a profanity. We let you speak free. Oh, I'm live. Okay. I didn't know the live button. Oh my gosh, I'm live. Y'all heard me gossiping. Oh no, I'm live on YouTube. Y'all heard me gossiping. That didn't supposed to be for YouTube, but y'all heard it. Welcome to the Wiley Show. We have been going live all day, and I am here, and we are definitely going to have a conversation. This is on Thanksgiving week. Some of y'all gonna be sitting time with family. Some of y'all is cooking y'all chitlins, and y'all cooking all type of stuff all over there on your social media, and y'all looking at the Wiley Show. So we are definitely there. We're doing a simulcast on my station here, and then we're doing it on my YouTube just for a little while. Station, I'm gonna keep y'all on for about 10 more minutes. Y'all need to head over to YouTube so y'all can see me in camera. So welcome. We are definitely here for another episode. We have a full show today, a full show today, and we definitely are going to talk about it. I think today we talked about Cash earlier today, so I don't know if they actually broke up or not, because Island Boy been posting a sad gospel song, and Cash been posting some else. So I don't know if them two is actually broke up. I don't know. I got my phone device. I got it all hooked up. I don't know what's going on, because he told me today, Cash told me today, they not broken up. But today, Island Boy was playing a sad gospel song. He took his comments off. He just had the heart on there. So I don't know what's going on with that. But let me say something. I'm gonna be a little shady. I don't know why you want to play gospel music when you dating a person that is a content creator on OnlyFans, meaning that ain't nothing but a new version of prostitution. Okay, that's a new version of prostitution where you can prostitute yourself and charge, and people can have their way with you on the OnlyFans. That ain't nothing but a new form of prostitution. So ain't no use you singing no gospel music. You know who you have, okay? Ain't no use you singing a gospel song and you singing gospel, and you want to get into the spirit, because you should have had that spirit and that before you even date a person like that. So I don't necessarily, a lot of these OnlyFans relationships don't work. Rico Pruitt, he's out here with all type of people. It didn't work. A lot of the OnlyFans relationships don't work because you put wear and tear on your body, put wear and tear on your backdoor area. You put wear and tear on your throat. You put wear and tear on your body. A lot of these, and you're doing all this content, it is just wear and tear. And it's like, where do I got to look for in a relationship when we are just content creators and we do this stuff for a coin? How are we able to romantic night when all we do is OnlyFans with random dudes. So that's on that. So I would never be with a person that do OnlyFans. No, I not in no relationship, because I'm like, how are we gonna be romantic and all you do is something, especially if you active. Now I can understand if you do nothing but you just show a look breasts. You know what I'm saying? You show a look yoni. You know what I'm saying? You take racy photos and people subscribe to OnlyFans, and only thing you post is little racy photos. But I'm talking about if you actually putting in the work, doing hardcore action, doing butt naked wrestling moves. Okay. When you doing that, that is just, I don't necessarily see a relationship working like that. But if you just showing a little bit in your bikini, something like Lonnie Love, but if you actually putting in action and putting in work and getting your throat lunch with a log, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily see that relationship working and prospering in a successful relationship. Most OnlyFans relationships, 90% of LGBT OnlyFans, particularly gay, I ran this poll with some experts, they fail. 90% of OnlyFans gay relationships fail within the first 90 days. 90%. So if you're the 10%, you lucky, but 90% of the relationship they fail because it's the money is not right. You gave him too much on your platform. I don't have as many subscribers as you. My subscriber number have failed. You getting all the numbers, and then the jealousy comes in. I talk to a lot of OnlyFans people. I do. I talk to them. I've interviewed them. I've talked to them. I've done all this stuff, right? I talk to them. So that's where the problem comes about. So I don't know if they actually broken up, but it looks like Armand Wiggins probably was right that they broke up. It seemed like that because Island Boy, he was playing some gospel. And Cash is he been posting some stuff, some crypto messages. I don't know. We shall see. I will keep you updated. I got my device. We're gonna take this all the way to Chicago, and we're gonna keep y'all updated on this entire situation. And I will update y'all in the future. So if something pop off, I got my laptop, I got my device to connect to go live, and we would definitely have that conversation. All right, let's move on. So we're gonna get to something really, really, really serious, and I want to get to the heavy topics right now. And I'm gonna give me a second why I bring this up, because it's a very touchy subject. We're gonna talk about Shanquella, and let me tell you, y'all seen the title. The Mexican government fails Shanquella Robinson. I was reading some reports. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. Her breakdown is the absolute best because Chronicle Speaks actually get the report from she talked to a Mexican reporter, and she translated the Mexican reports to English. And I'm going to summarize pretty much what she reported and give my commentary on it. But what they were saying that the 911 was a doctor was called and that he wanted to send Shanquella Robinson to the emergency room. But her friends declined and said, no, treat her in the villa, in their place where they were at. So they declined. So they're hearing right then and there that the doctor got some information wrong, that he lied, that his report do not reflect the report of the autopsy. And so because the autopsy says she had a neck injury and a spinal cord injury. And so all of this stuff was going on with Shanquella Robinson. And now the reporter in Mexico that's actually the investigative reporter said that the Mexican government want to keep this hush hush because they did not want people to have a bad eye on their tourism money. And we definitely reported that. That makes a lot of sense. They want to keep this hush hush. And so black media, not just black social media, but just black media, period, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, we raised so much hell that it pressured the FBI to get involved. And now the Mexican authorities, they're getting involved. And we found out, and this is what I heard on Chronicle Speaks, that the police, and this came from the Mexican investigator reporter, said that the Mexican police stole $17,000 of Shanquella personal money. $17,000 out of her luggage. Now, a lot of people say, well, is this really real? How can this happen? But I remember I was watching a YouTube channel, uh, and I'm not going to say the name of it, but they moved to Mexico. They actually relocated from the States and they moved to Mexico. And it was a situation, they got pulled over by the police and they paid the police. The police wanted wanted to get a bribe without them getting thrown in jail. So they gave them a bribe and they went their happy way. So Mexico have a history of taking bribe with their police officers and everything like that. And then I also wonder, like, did she have $17,000 of American money or was it $17,000 pesos? I believe it was $17,000 pesos. I don't think it was $17,000 American money. You know what I'm saying? Because pesos, you think it's a lot, but it'd be like $5, $10, $100. So I don't know what $17,000 Mexican money is. If y'all know that, y'all can post in the chat. So I don't necessarily believe it was $17,000 American money, because who in their right mind got $17,000 in a luggage? Because you can't even get through customs with all that money without checking in. So something ain't right with it. It could be peso. Remember, this is a language barrier. You're translating Spanish to English, and it probably got lost in translation. So we're gonna say it was 17,000 in pesos, right? And so, but it's really, really sad that they covered this up. But I'm glad that Black media have spoken up on this. And I also, what I'm going to do after Thanksgiving on Friday, I'm going to call the North Carolina NAACP field office to get them involved as well, to see what are the NAACP is going to do. Then I'm going to call the Urban League to see what is the Urban League going to do as well, because we can't let them push this under the rug. Because typically when you're talking about a Black woman's death, that really goes, they try to push that under the rug. So we need to raise as much awareness to this case. And then we were hearing on Chronicle Speak, she was reporting that, that Shanquella so-called friends, that the authorities want to question them. Not they don't have a warrant out for their arrest. They just want to question them, and they having a hard time tracking them down because they just scattered that's in hiding. So they are definitely trying to track them down just to question them, because Chronicle Speaks called North Carolina, call the police there and see that they have a warrant out. And they said they probably won't have a warrant in this city, in this jurisdiction. They will have the warrant on the federal level. If a warrant ever come out, it will come by the FBI. So Chronicle Speaks did an amazing job. Within 10 minutes, she broke down the case in her perspective of all of this. And then we didn't have to, watch a 3-hour live and watch Storm Monroe with his hair dyed and stuff like that. So I greatly appreciate that. Even Roland Martin covered this case as well. He have covered this case and he shared the case. He talked about the case not once but twice. And so we need all people involved to talk about the case. So I'm glad that I was able to watch Chronicle Speaks. I would have went over there to Storm, but he be having his hair dyed. He be prolonging the video because he got to get his coins, and then he just don't get to the facts. I'd be like, whoever is in his corner telling him to dye his hair and doing all this is just like, bring back the old Storm Monroe, just give us the facts. I don't know. He just be prolonging the video because he got to do that, because he got to put the commercials in there and he got to get his coin. So it is what it is. He just have his hair dyed and stuff. Like, ever since his hair got dyed, he just been doing a little bit weird stuff over there. I don't know who told him to do that. I don't know who said get your hair dyed, this is what you're gonna do. I don't know who told him that. I really don't know. But I probably, about in the next week or two, he probably gonna have an announcement that's gonna come out soon. I really believe it in my spirit. I don't know, but I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna move on. But I think Storm Monroe got an announcement he's gonna make. He's gonna have an announcement. Whatever that announcement gonna be, I believe he's gonna come out with an announcement, because it's something in my spirit just saying this man is getting ready for an announcement. And I don't know when it's gonna happen, but he's getting ready for an announcement. He's about this close to that announcement. And right then and there, I'm feeling in my spirit that he's peaking. Like literally, like you know how you getting ready to go on stage and then you peek around the corner to see the audience and stuff like that. You about to go on stage because you got this big announcement. Then you peek in the curtain, like you just peek. Then you get back and you peek and stuff like that. He's peeking it out of the curtain, but he's getting ready to make an announcement. I'm just going. And when he make the announcement, hey, I love him. Whatever he makes it out, so I'm gonna embrace it with love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when he's getting ready to make an announcement, I'm just showing him my spirit, baby. What y'all? I'm saying he's making an announcement. He's peeking through. He's peeking through. And I like to see the peeking. I see him peeking. But I'm in the front row already. Whenever he's ready for that announcement, I'm ready to stand up to embrace my brother. That's all I'm going to say about Brother Storm front row. But back to Shanquella Robinson, she needs justice. And I'm not going to Mexico. My good friend of mine's, he's a travel agent, and he's been trying to have a meeting with me to get me to do a show in Mexico, a meet and greet in Mexico. I declined to do it because I said until Mexico do right for Shanquella Robinson and for all the other people that's going over there that's passing away, until they give us justice, I'm not going to give them any of my money or my subscribers' money and giving them any type of tourism. I'm going to stay right over here in the States, because another thing, I don't want something to happen to any of my people or to me myself, and then we overseas. That's terrible. My family can't get to me. It's a language barrier. You're more safer if something were to happen. You can communicate a little bit better stateside, and then one of your family can jump on a plane, can hop, you know what I'm saying, hop in a car to get to you. But when you overseas, it's like it's a language barrier, and you don't speak any Spanish, and you just speak nothing but English, and you know what I'm saying. So I declined. So I said, no, I don't necessarily believe that we gonna go to Mexico. We gonna stay in the States, and then we gonna go to Vegas, and that's what we pretty much gonna do. I don't think we gonna go over there, because I was never a person to go to Mexico. That never was my dream. I'm more like South Africa. I'm more like Nigeria. All that. I'm like more the motherland. I never was that type of African American that want to go to Mexico. Like I've never thought about that. But at one point, I saw somebody YouTube channel. They said they moved from America to Mexico because of racism. But as I see this, I'm like, I'm gonna keep right here on the state side. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I don't know, but I do believe that I said Reverend Al Sharpton need to get involved, NAACP, the Urban League need to get involved. All of these people need to get involved when it comes to it. And I just said it in my humble opinion. Now, I need y'all to do me a favor and click that like button. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button, because we about to get real messy. I'm getting the heart, the sad topic first, to get that out first, because we're gonna be a little messy. Okay, once this ends. So we gonna get a little messy. Okay, all right. So I don't know any Spanish. No. Somebody said you live in Texas, you should know Spanish. No, I don't. Absolutely not. Even one of my neighbors, she was just speaking to me in Spanish, and I didn't understand the words. She said, I'm going to learn Spanish. I'm going to take some Spanish courses. Yes, I'm going to learn it eventually, because I think you need to learn a second language. But no, I haven't picked up on anything. Only thing I know, hola, ¿cómo estás? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete. That's all I know. I haven't really picked up any Spanish, but I'm gonna learn it, because I think we all need to learn a little Spanish. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, but I haven't. I'm having. I'm just being real with you. I'm just being real. I'm gonna learn some Spanish, because I think Mexican women love a black man that speaks Spanish. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing to flirt. You know what I'm saying? Flirting in Spanish and stuff like that. That's really a good thing. So I'm gonna learn it, because this is girl. She's beautiful, and she's bilingual, and I just can't wait till I learn some Spanish, because I just want to just speak to her in Spanish, you know what I'm saying, and just lay it on her, with that deep voice. I just want to lay it. I just want to lay that Spanish on her, like you are beautiful. You are the queen. You are some. I want to take you out to dinner, and I want to say it in Spanish. So I don't know if she married. She probably married, but I don't care. I'm still gonna shoot my shot. It don't make me no difference. All right. Anyway, but back to this case, it's very, very serious, and we hope that we get justice for Shanquella Robinson. We hope that we get justice for her, and we definitely going to pray for her family. Well, they don't really need that much prayer. They got like $300,000, so they're gonna be good. They're gonna be partying and stuff like that. I don't think they really crying that much. I think they want justice, but they got almost $1 million. So eventually they're gonna be fighting. I think they're gonna mourn a little bit more, a couple of days for Shanquella Robinson, but then it's gonna be the infighting of who gonna get a piece of that money. So we gonna see about that. You know, they crying and weeping now, but them tears gonna dry real quick. So who gonna get a piece of that GoFundMe money? Because it's almost close to $1 million. So that's just how that's gonna go. So, you know, they're gonna be partying, drinking in the club, turning it up, and so all type of stuff. You know, I know how stuff operates. So eventually they crying and weeping now, but then it's gonna be some infighting with the GoFundMe money. Just watch. It's gonna be some infighting. And so it is what it is. People say, oh, but money don't bring. I've seen many families fight over money. I've seen it. I've seen it. Okay, it is what it is. So we will see how that's gonna play out and stuff like that. I said what I said. You know, that family gonna be okay. They got $1 million. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be crying for a while, but they'll get over it. They got $1 million. All right. Anyway, money answered all things. I know Wiley be having 2-hour conversation with just himself. Yeah. So I want to say this, and I say this humbly. We're gonna go to the next topic. I saw something, a YouTuber by the name of AT2. AT2. He did a video, and we're gonna get to TS Madison. Give me a time. We're gonna get to that. But I saw a video, AT2, and he lost his monetization with YouTube. And I'm hearing him talk, and he said something that was heartbreaking. He said that this is my only income. And I cried because he said that he was playing restream. He was doing restreams, I guess pre-recorded videos of other content, stuff like that. But he lost his monetization, and he said this is his only income. And I'm listening to him talk about this situation, this experience, and what really happened. That is the reason why I keep my day job, because YouTube say YouTube partner, but in reality, they hold all the cards. If they feel like you broke a rule without any warning, I can understand if they give you a lot of warnings and give you a hearing where you can show up at an office. I can understand, okay, we true partners, but if they feel like you did something wrong, they could just poof, you gone. And if that's your only income, that is a blow. You know, that is a mighty, mighty blow to lose your monetization, because that's how you make your income, especially when you are up and coming blogger. When you're under 1 million subscribers, you know, that's money. When you under 1 million, you under 100,000, you don't have 50,000. Like, you don't have it where you have other entities where you having t-shirts grossing $1 million. You know, you don't really have that. So your only income is the YouTube, the Google AdSense check. So I really felt for him, and I learned from that situation that I said, number one, is really good when you're first starting out on YouTube. Unless I'm just going to say this, and this is my advice. Unless you're making 6 figures, you're making really good money on YouTube, I think that you should always keep your day job until you make 6 figures, until your merchandise is bringing in 6 figures, until your music bringing in 6 figures, until all of that stuff is bringing in 6 figures. And then you can say, okay, let me go ahead on and retire from my day job. Let me go ahead and retire from my day job, and I'm just going to focus on YouTube because I'm making all of this money from all of these multiple streams of income and then real estate. And see, that's how I'm going to be. In order for me to quit my day job, I have to have multiple streams, and I'm talking about zeros. I'm talking about big money coming through, 4.5 million coming through, 8.9 million of this coming through for me to say, okay, let me go ahead on and do YouTube full time, because I got all of these streams coming in. So I really, really felt for him because it's really, really sad. He's not the only YouTuber that lost their monetization. I know another YouTuber lost their entire YouTube channel and they had to start over. Plainish Jane had lost her YouTube channel. She played a clip in YouTube. It was a clip of somebody that was nude, and she played the video, and YouTube took it down. Now I thought YouTube should give her a warning and be like, okay, sis, for 7 days you can't go live. But they just immediately took her whole channel, and she had to start all over again. She literally had to start all over again. She's building it back up, but she would have been so much further if she didn't have to start over. And plain as Jane is attractive, intelligent, educated, and she's a beast at what she does. And I felt for her because I thought she was going to get her channel back, and she had to start all over again. And because, again, a lot of people, we say we are owners and stuff like that, but we're technically, oh, it was only audio. Thank you. Technically, we are employees. You know, they say partners, but we work for a company. And so they hold all the cards. And if you lose your entire channel, they don't give you your videos. Like if your channel gets snatched, the videos, unless you download it and save it on a hard drive, your videos are gone, you know, forever if you didn't save it. So that's how that situation goes. So I'm listening to all of this stuff, and with him losing his monetization, I'm like, wow, what's the reason? Can we go to a hearing? I would love to see where if something's going on, let me go to a hearing. Before we come to that decision to lose the monetization, let's go to a hearing and let's see, or give me a chance to be like, okay, brother Wiley, ABCD is in violation. So you have 48 hours to take down those videos. If you don't take down those videos, you will lose your monetization. It needs to be a policy like that, in my humble opinion. It needs to be a policy like that where if something is wrong and it's against the policy, YouTube should send a message saying you got 48 hours to remove it, or you lose your monetization. So he definitely is there. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can drop him a link because people are just they don't know who AT2 is, and I'm gonna drop him a link if you want to come on, since we talking about him. If you want to come on and talk about it, because I wanted to have this as a segment and as a teachable moment for content creators and stuff like that, because a lot of people, I'm saying AT2 1,000 times. Yeah, AT2. And so if he want to say something, he could definitely hit the ground. And so that's what I'm saying about that. And so one of the great suggestions that I seen that Tasha K did, and a lot of people was like, oh, and which a lot of YouTubers are going to have to do, is to develop their own app and charge their subscribers to support them a monthly fee, right? Because you should, I think, or Patreon, or have a backup channel. But Tommy Sotomayor, I think of Tommy Sotomayor, he can't even go live on YouTube anymore. YouTube blocked his entire IP address, so he can't even create another YouTube channel because he have so many failures. He did so much stuff, so he can't even go live on YouTube anymore. So again, I do feel for AT2, but we have him on since we were talking about him. AT2, you are live on the air. I saw your video. Someone sent it to me, and I felt because one of the parts that really where I felt is that you said this was my only income. You know what I'm saying? And if you lose that's just like losing your only job. Like, how can you pay your bills? What's going on? So tell us what happened, so the people that don't know, so they can be aware.
Yes. So what happened was that they sent me an email. Well, actually, I clicked on in our YouTube studio, how you can click on the monetization and check all that. Well, it had said like they kicked me out, and then I had to do an appeal, but it was for reused content. So basically, You know how when you do a pre-recorded video, you do like little clips from a TV show. Say if you're talking about the Housewives, you do like little clips and stuff like that. And you know, you edit it for copyright and stuff like that. But those kind of things, like even using the GIFs and stuff like that, they'll recognize that as reused content, especially when you don't show your face in those, you know, like because I have a whole bunch of live videos, but the ones where you don't, it almost like flags it, because let's be honest, YouTube aren't really using like human beings unless they have to like look into something. It's all robotic, so they're just seeing that, you know, whatever the IP address or whatever information that they're using, they're basically flagging it because they're all like, oh wait, this has been used already, why is this person using it again?
Right. And so when I heard that situation, and a lot of people was like, well, he need to hit up Sherelle's World. I'm like, I think the entire community should rally behind H2, because this can happen to anybody.
Yeah, and I don't get paid by Sherelle, by the way.
Right. But when people say that, I think this is above, like, this is for all of YouTube to know.
Right. This is a warning to everybody.
This can literally happen to anybody that does what you have clips of different people. Because I know in wrestling, they have clips of different wrestling shows or different they have all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even some wrestling channels lost their channels because WWE was petty.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna copy, and they lost their entire channel. So I think this is a teachable moment. So if you don't win the appeal, what are you gonna do? Are you going to just work a regular 9-to-5, Uber, Lyft? Like what are you planning on doing if you don't win your appeal to get paid from YouTube?
Well, if I don't win the appeal, then I can reapply December 17th. I guess that's after the 30 days or whatever. So I'll reapply again. If that doesn't go through, then, selling my body or going to Dubai and, letting the no, I'm just kidding about the Dubai part, but you know what I mean.
I hear your point, and a lot of people were saying, well, did Sherelle's World make a donation? You just announced this to the world, so the people that keep bringing her up, because she is bigger than both of us combined, did she give you some advice of how to fill out the paperwork, how to do that? Did she give you any advice on that?
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people didn't know about it until today. I really didn't share it because, honestly, to tell you the truth, I know AT2 is the character and all that stuff, but Andre Turner II, I'm very humble, and I want to make sure that I figure it out myself, because I don't want people to feel bad for me unless I really have to ask for help. I'm one of those people that's very prideful, and I don't really like to do that unless I have to. But today I was like, you know what? Because YouTube sent my members, this is how I found out, because it sent one of my members an email saying that my membership was paused or something like that. And they asked me about it. And I was like, what? So I was like, I have to say something and let the people know, I'm still a little pissed off, to tell you the truth, but I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, because I saw you say you had family issues and you're going through and yet dealing with this. But again, this is just a teachable moment. Maybe an app, maybe a Patreon, like developing what Tasha K have developed. And I'm looking at it. I think a lot of more creators are going to develop that, but those creators, but Tasha K didn't develop that until she got almost 1 million subscribers. Meaning
exactly, and she had the funds to do it.
For us, it's a challenge because we don't have $80,000-$90,000 to develop an app. I don't have that. So we are just coming up on YouTube, right? We are up in talent, and we don't have the type of resources where we can throw $90,000. I'm gonna develop this app and make sure it's good for charging us. We just definitely don't have it. So we live every day like, okay, let me do this. Is this right? Do you feel like, because I always want to ask creators that coming up, do you feel like, do you get the support if you ask a bigger content creator for advice? Do they give you that advice and be like, okay, let me give you advice, or do they push you off and not really indulge you when you ask for advice?
You know, Wiley, you know this. I feel like people tell you whatever they want to give you, but you have to go out and actually find the answers and get all the information and stuff like that. Like, you know, I can ask for help, like, oh, what should I do, and for suggestions, but I think in this situation, it's because they don't tell you what the reuse content is. You have to figure it out on your own, and you know, go through the appeal. And that's the thing too. It's not like a written email or anything like that. You have to do a video showing your process on how you make your video. So it's a lot that I have to do to even get to the appeal process, you know?
I remember, you know, I asked a person in the blogging world with the top blogs.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get on the list of the red carpet to interview the celebrities. I sent it out to all the blogs. Not one of them responded to give me the information to be on the red carpet, to get the invite on that. So I understand that is a challenge with us up and coming talent to get assistance.
They don't want to help you.
They definitely don't want to help. So I definitely hope that you get your page back. My thing is this: I will just continue to go hard, continue to pay on the Patreon, contribute to the show, and really, really, really press like the merchandise and really press that, and just don't give up, because this is a very, very teachable moment. If you win for this, then you will be able to give advice to the next person.
Right. And that's what I'm hoping for. And Wiley, I appreciate you, you know, even talking about this and bringing it up. I had seen your comment and I was going to DM you. I just been to the grocery stores, you know, it's Thanksgiving and everything like that.
I was literally sitting down on break and I saw it. I said, oh my God, this is like, oh, I need to talk about this, because this is a warning to everybody that's in this business. Like, I don't get involved with the subscribers or what they're saying, because they're subscribers. It's different once you become a content creator. Because like, you know, oh, you said the but you make mistakes, and I feel like YouTube should have it where if you make a mistake, that it shouldn't be like to the end. Let the demonetization be like the last resort, but it should be like, okay, AG2, we want to let you know that these videos have reused content. You have 24 hours to remove it, or we would go to the next step.
Why couldn't they just do that?
That's what I believe that should be done, because we are partners, and I believe if you're in a relationship, you should let your partner know, like, hey, before you divorce,
right? You just don't leave me,
right? Just leave me without letting me know what happened,
right?
Give me something to help me out. But yeah, so we definitely gonna keep me updated on this, and yeah.
I definitely will. And and I want to say too, one thing. Okay, I don't think anybody flagged me or anything like that. I don't think it's another YouTuber. It's been happening a lot to people. Like, if you research reuse content, you'll see it's been happening to a lot of people. So it was just my turn. That's it. I don't think it was another YouTuber. But if y'all know who it was, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. But thank you, Wiley. I appreciate you though. No problem. All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you, AT. Thank you. So that's what it's all about when it came to that, because I saw something, I used the power of the show, and we was going to talk about it. So we have 37 minutes. We're going to move on to our next topic. Now, we're going to talk about TS Madison. I would have Flame Monroe picture, but y'all just know how Flame Monroe looks, okay? But TS Madison did a show, and she had on there Spill It Boy. She had on there another trans activist. I can't think of her name. If y'all know her name, Hope Giselle. She had on there a trans man. And they were talking about, you know, transgender rights, about how cisgender women should respect transgender rights. And so Flame Monroe came on, and Flame Monroe said that, you know, it's not really division between trans and the straight community, but the trans man, he said that, you know, that the Black community is hurtful and harmful to LGBT people, that the entire Black community is harmful to the LGBT community. So that triggered Flame Monroe to say, how old are you? Flame Monroe asked her, well, I'm 30. I don't know the correct. I think the trans man said, I'm 34. Well, keep living. And you talking like that because you don't have love at home. You ain't have no love, but keep living. You need to get some love, because that type of thinking got you all messed up. And then Flame Monroe just got off the live, just real angry. And so TS Madison pretended like she had this family emergency. Let me tell you how this went. TS Madison on the literally Flame Monroe going off, and TS Madison pretended like she got this crisis. She claimed that she had a crisis. She's on the phone, something with her brother. She said, "My mama is hysterical, like she got this crisis." I don't know if she really had a crisis or not, but it literally ended in Flame Monroe got off the air. And a lot of people have accused Flame Monroe of being the trans woman that always take the side of the heterosexual community. And a lot of people drag her. They said that she's pretty much is the poster child to, we will use Flame Monroe as a tool to spew out what we really want to say, but we can't say it because we cisgender people. We're going to let Flame say it because she's going to say it under the transgender banner or umbrella. So when I saw that situation happen and I saw all of that happen on the show, I just want to say this, why not TS Madison have Shanquella Robinson in the title and saying that we need justice for Shanquella Robinson? Why didn't she add a tag of Shanquella Robinson? Because this is about Shanquella Robinson. This is not, and one thing I agree with Flame Monroe with, because Flame said before she hung up that TS Madison, you need to ignore these people and start responding to these people and move on. But I think that TS Madison feels as though because she's on a Beyonce record, because she was on Bros, which flopped, that everybody have to agree with her. And when people don't agree with her, she goes on this rant. And then she immediately go back to the ghetto days, and she would proceed to say, "You can suck on my corn on the cob," because people don't agree with what she was saying. T.S. Madison could have easily had Flame Monroe on the show. What's the other guy? Funky Dineva, and said, "Hey, let's have a conversation," and corrected him on the show and say, "Hey, it wasn't a trans woman that beat up Shanquella Robinson. It was a woman. It was her friend, which was a female." Could have had that whole conversation. But the way that T.S. Madison brought it up and bringing it up and telling people they can suck on her corn on the cob, she's inserting herself and making the story about her. Making it about her. Now, mind you, she shouldn't have to use to make the death of Shanquella Robinson and make it about her. She's making it about her. She's making it about transgender rights. This ain't the time to talk about transgender rights, because it wasn't a trans woman in Mexico that got deleted by her friends. This was a biological female. So let's stay on the facts. And T.S. Madison got an award. She's supposed to be this icon, this legend. She's supposed to be on Beyonce on record. I'm pro-black. I'm black is black. I'm blue black. And all this stuff, pro-black. She's not really that pro-black. She's pro herself. Because if she really was pro-black, pro for the culture, she would have been standing up for Shanquella Robinson instead of making this situation about herself. So, to T.S. Madison and to the panel, they did not have not one biological woman on the panel. I didn't see not one. If you want to have a conversation about womanhood, about respect, bring the other side of biological women that happen to agree, then that is a dialogue. But just bringing trans people on there, that's a one-sided conversation. Where is the biological women? They're being discussed. They're being criticized. So bring them on the panel and have a conversation. Where's their representation? TS Madison, you are on a record with Beyonce, and she's a biological woman. You promoting Beyonce, but when it comes to Shanquella Robinson, it's about the trans and trans only. Have several seats. Please. Have several seats. Because this ain't about the trans experience today. We can talk about that tomorrow. But right now, we need justice for Shanquella Robinson. And then to Fucky Dineva, who's supposed to be so smart, intelligent, and college educated, he's believing a rumor. Oh, I heard it was a trans woman that took Shanquella. It was a man. Fucky Dineva, you have all this Fox Soul, all these producers, all these reporters, all these people that you work for. You couldn't pick up the phone to verify before you say something like that to make sure it's the truth. I just don't understand that. You sit on a platform with Claudia Jordan, who is a biological woman. You sit with producers. You couldn't pick up the phone to call somebody to verify that if this is true or not. But you calling TS Madison. TS Madison is the last phone call I'm making about Shanquella Robinson because she is not a good face when it comes to this situation because she don't care about Shanquella Robinson. She only care about herself. She made it about her. When the people turned against her, she immediately got into that victimhood, got all of her good girlfriends to join in and to make this about the trans experience. How did Shanquella Robinson, who was a biological woman, how is her female friend, they were biological women, and her biological friend who was a male, how did this turn into trans? And let me tell you about my experience and blah, blah, blah. Have several seats, please. That's all I'm saying. And I love trans women. I lost a good friend of mine that lost her life. She was trans. So I got another friend that I'm gonna bring on the show that is trans. So I love trans women. I'm not coming against the trans community. I'm just saying what TS Madison's doing is wrong because she's weaponizing the trans community because she got embarrassed. She got embarrassed because she got upset. Please tag the Shade Room in the Neighborhood Talk. Please tag Hollywood a lot. She got upset because the Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked posted what she said, and Hollywood Unlocked followers dragged her, and the Shade Room followers dragged her. She's mad because she got dragged, and she's trying to use, I ain't saying like that with the trans, I ain't got nothing to get. She got mad. And then she admitted it when she went on a platform. She said, I'm the Shade Room. They never post me when I was on Bros. They didn't post me when I was on the red carpet. They didn't post me when I was with Universal. They only post me in order for me to get dragged. And I hear this with this sister. But TS Madison, why didn't you call Jason Lee? Don't he supposed to be your friend? Why didn't you pick up the phone and say, Jason, you see me on Bros, can you post it? But he ain't gonna post it unless you giving him a coin. This is a business. So to TS Madison, sister, Don't make this about you, because this is not about you. This is about Shanquella Robinson. Sister, bridge the gap by you using Shanquella's story, broadcasting it, talking about it, bringing justice, getting experts, because you have a platform with good people in Hollywood. Bring some of your white folks and having them talk about it as well. Get some of them doctors, and Lord, you got all these connections. Use it in this regard. But if you don't do it, you don't have to do it. Just don't make it about you. Because I see through you. I see through you. You were mad at Lovely T. You dragged Lovely T. You're mad because people criticize you. I get criticized daily. You block me from your chat. You don't come on the Wiley Show. But I was the only man at Bros that supported your movie. The only blogger. None of your friends. They didn't talk about it. They didn't post it in their story. Your so-called friend, not even Armand Wiggins, and you brought him on your show. He didn't even talk about Bros. He didn't even go to the movie theater. He didn't even attend it. I was the only person. You didn't repost me. You didn't share me, and I was there to support you. You didn't have that many lines in the movie. It's only about if you blink, you're gonna miss her. You didn't have that many lines in the movie. You didn't. About a couple, about three, maybe about 1, 2, 3, 4. That about it. If you blink, you didn't miss her. Okay, you really got to pay attention. Don't try to chew on no popcorn. You know, you in the movie theater, you dig down in your popcorn. You try to find you try to find the Skittles, and you try to do all that. Don't even try to turn your head because you're gonna miss it. That's how quick it was. Okay, she was just used as the black pawn to get black folks to go watch Bros, and black folks didn't even go watch. Hell, white folks didn't even go watch it. That's why she's upset. And so to the Shade Room, to Hollywood Unlocked, they have every right to post you when you are saying something shady. That's what they do. Okay? And you need to pick up the phone and ask Angie, and ask Kyle, and ask Jason Lee, why don't y'all post me when I'm doing something good? And bring them on the show, and y'all have dialogue. And I would love to attend that episode because I want to hear what they got to say. Okay? Now, I have nothing against TS Madison. I support her movie Bros. I support Cozy. Yeah. Not one of my favorite songs, but I still listen to it. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel that she just made this situation about herself because she got embarrassed. Now I'm gonna drop the link into Flame Monroe, because Flame Monroe got me blocked. Flame Monroe is old school. Flame Monroe, her idea is different. Her experience is different. Flame Monroe is a father. She's a father of, she have children, right? And Flame Monroe experience is different. She gets done up when she does her show, but when she's not done her show, she look like somebody's uncle that's playing chess, you know, in the park. You know what I'm saying? So when she do her show, she gets done up, and she, in her words, she is still a trans woman, but her experience is totally different than some of these new trans women because she have a family, she have this, she's worked in a predominantly world that are comedians, that are male dominated industry, that are heterosexual dominated industry, right? And so her experience is definitely different than TS Madison experience. Okay, all right, give me a second. Let me see if we can drop the link if y'all want to say something really quickly. If y'all want to say something really quickly, we will drop the link if anybody want to come on here and say something. Thank y'all so very much for coming through. Make sure y'all like the video. I just had to just give my comments on this. I just had to do it, and and stuff like that, give me a second. Y'all don't have to show yourself on camera or anything like that, because I understand. But we have somebody backstage. How you doing, sister?
I'm okay, Wiley. How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm doing wonderful. Oh, you got me playing in the back? I want to make sure you ain't got me playing in the back. I could have heard something. I'm doing wonderful. Good. I'm doing
No, do you still hear anything? I
okay. It's better now.
don't have any. Okay.
I'm doing good. I'm very, very. Just wanted to just dive into these conversations and to talk to you today.
Oh well, I feel so honored. Your sis, TS Madison, I can't. So I've heard the name for a long time. I've never watched any TS Madison content just because of the things that I would hear in blogs. Just didn't seem like it was anything for me. I did watch that stream with TS Madison and friends, and that was the most irresponsible thing that I have seen. That was supposed to have been about Shanquella since she passed away. Um, from what I understand, when that rumor came out about the girl who was fighting her being a trans woman, it seemed like that rumor got dispelled very quickly. And I was actually really proud to see the way that I mainly pay attention to Black women, honestly, on YouTube, and they were responsible in their reporting of it. And most of them came out and dispelled it really quickly. I do remember Nick at Night being one of those people who squashed that like the day that it came out. And so, again, my first time watching T.S. Madison, listening to her mouth, and I don't even feel right calling her. I'm just gonna say T.S. Um, Nothing about that seemed like any kind of woman to me. And so the mouth was filthy on this person. And TS is talking about, um, how, it's important to talk about Shanquella, but all that TS spent time doing was talking about the trans community. And not to say that they, don't deserve their time. And so let me, I guess, before I go any further, preface this by saying, um, as far as trans women are concerned, the main thing that I will say, where I, as a biological woman, will stand for them, is that I do hate seeing, the stories about them getting killed. When they are, I'm sorry if you don't say that on your stream, when they go out on dates or whatever, these guys either find out or somehow it gets out that they're with these trans women. And then they're just, too embarrassed to admit that that's what they like. So they end up taking these trans women out of existence. That should not be happening. So I'll be the first one to stand and say, no, that's not it. And so you guys, y'all need to come to terms with, if that's what y'all like and that's what y'all like. And trans women, y'all have a responsibility to not be going out with these guys who are not going to take you out in public. If you know that they're only coming over to, see you at 3 o'clock in the morning, but you want a public relationship, and then your, response is to quote unquote out them for being with you, then that's a problem. And we know where that can lead sometimes. And again, doesn't justify anyone killing them if that's the result, but we know that that's something that happens. So I want to say that before I go forward, because it just seems like anytime that someone says anything to criticize a trans person, then you're labeled as transphobic. And so this isn't that, but what I saw was just a display of this was just a show for the trans community to come out. And then the Hope person who talked after TS, starts off by saying that, well, what is important here is that a Black woman is dead, and then proceeds on with not talking about Shanquella for the rest of the time. And again, everything is about, the victimhood of trans women. And it it turned me off, and it was so irresponsible. And TS, talking what set TS off, according to what TS said on the live stream, was coming across some email of someone, slamming her or, slamming TS. And even before TS talked about that email, TS said something along the lines of, I get these emails all day and I delete them and I move forward because I got things to do. I got money to make, blah, blah, blah. So why not just delete that particular email if that's the case? So you're capable of deleting emails when you want to. So just admit that you're using this death as an opportunity to come out and cape for your community. And I'm going to be the first one to say, I get it. If someone capes for who they are, for their community, there's nothing wrong with that. I expect for Black women to do it for themselves. I expect for trans women to do it for themselves. That's the nature, of humanity. What you are, what you identify as, you're going to want to push, your agenda forward. You should. But to mask it as something else, why even bring up Shanquella? Just do a live stream and talk about trans people if that's what you want to do. That had nothing to do with Shanquella at all. It was disgusting what I saw, and now I'm glad that I've never watched.
Okay. Thank you so very much for coming on and giving your thoughts. All right. We're gonna move to the next person here. I think I see Kevin. Kevin, you're live. Kevin, can you mute me in the back? Can you mute me? Because I think you got just mute your sound, your TV and stuff.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you loud.
Yeah, Wiley, if you don't like TS Madison, just say that.
No, no. First of all, when you talking about like, dislike, I support her show. I went to her movie, and I'm definitely going to give my advice about this situation. I'm critical. I talk about when she do good. I talk about when she do bad. I talk about when she's on social media. The key word, I'm going to talk about you. That goes for anybody. I don't dislike her and nothing like that. I don't have no feelings to like her or to dislike her.
Okay,
but I'm critical of her because I feel like she's making this about herself because the Neighborhood Talk posted her and the Neighborhood Talk followers dragged her. Hollywood Unlocked posted her and the Hollywood Unlocked followers.
Okay, you are right about she responds to stuff that she's on a different level now. She's working with Beyonce. She responds to stuff that she really doesn't have to. But the thing is, it's so funny that nobody, when the narrative was going around that she was a trans woman and everybody was bashing trans women, saying, "Oh, look at this trans woman beating." I bet you the LGBT community not gonna say nothing about this. It's funny that when that narrative was out there, nobody was saying, well, let's put the focus back on Shanquella. Let's get justice for Shanquella. But now it's all of a sudden, oh, why is she talking about trans women? First of all, her live, to the caller before me who was just rambling and talking about absolutely nothing. Her live was not about Shanquella. She said that at the beginning of the live, that her live would not be about Shanquella. It's about the response to what happened and what she said and the backlash that she got.
But
so
did
if
they
you
bring
want
up Shanquella? But did they bring her up though?
They brought her up. So many other lives brought her up. If you want a live that's fully about Shanquella, that they're talking about 2 hours of Shanquella, go to another YouTube page or do it yourself.
Well, they were. What I'm saying is, you can't say, "Well, this ain't about Shanquella and y'all talking about her." It is about her.
It's not about her. It's not about her. It was about the response. It was about the response T.S. Madison had received after the statement she made. That was about it. Now, it's the cause and effect. Of course, the whole Shanquella situation caused it, but that particular live was about the transphobia that she received. It was about the backlash that she received. And all throughout the live, they kept saying justice for Shanquella. The live was not about Shanquella. So for T or for whoever you said, because you just seem like a nasty, boring person to say that you don't feel comfortable calling her calling T.S. Madison a her. If you transphobe, if you hate T.S. Madison, if you're jealous of her success, because I know that you're a smaller YouTuber, if you're jealous of her success, then just say that. You don't have to be nasty and hateful about it. I'm sure T.S. Madison don't know who you are, but she's going to know today because I'm definitely going to send her this live.
My thing is this, TS Madison is
And
watching.
somebody who said I
We-
sound
we-
mad. I am
we-
mad because what I am mad because
I want to respond because we purposely tag TS Madison on Instagram, so she's watching this live. We
I
purposely
doubt she's watching. She probably got more stuff, better stuff to do. But I
because
doubt she's watching.
because if she had,
but she'll get the message. I'm sure she'll get the message.
Let me say this because if she had so much better things, if she had so much better things to do, she wouldn't be responding to a email, to a rumor, to this, to a comment. You know what I'm saying? If she had those many things to do, so obviously she is going to watch it because we tagged her.
Well, yes, she's going to watch it because like I said, I'm going to send it to her. I'm going to send it specifically the last call. I'm going to send it to her.
Well, so they already sent it to her. Like,
I'm pretty sure somebody has.
They
as messy as you are, as messy as your chat is, I'm pretty sure somebody has sent it to her.
Yeah, that's what it is. You already know how that. already know how that goes. But again, this is all about 1,000% justice for Shanquella Robinson, and we need justice. And I feel like that T.S. Madison could have done a better job bringing awareness to this case. And
T.S. Madison is not the FBI.
For this,
the FBI is on the case.
But she definitely had power.
Millions of black people go missing every day. Millions of black people die every day. Get murdered every day.
I understand that, but she inserted herself because she made a tweet.
She did not insert herself. She made a general statement. She made a general statement because when everybody was going around saying it was a trans woman and everybody was being transphobic, it wasn't justice for Shanquella there.
She inserted herself by saying that it was one of her own that deleted her. I'm going to say it in that way. I'm not going to quote it verbatim, but one of her statements were it was one of her own. So T.S. Madison inserted herself in the situation. But when she got dragged by the neighborhood talk and the Hollywood Unlocked people and the Shade Room people, that's when she felt some type of way.
If you are any member of the LGBTQ community and you get posted on the neighborhood talk, the Shade Room, you're going to get dragged regardless. No matter what you're doing, you're going to get dragged regardless. Especially on the Shade Room.
She was mad about that. She was angry.
And I don't blame her, especially the neighborhood talk when it's a whole, you know what, running the page. He's the most self-hating, transphobic, homophobic person I know.
You're talking about Jason Lee?
No, I'm talking about Kyle.
Well, but it wasn't just Kyle. She said Hollywood Unlocked. She said, and which Jason is her friend. So I don't know why she took up the phone.
Well, nobody cares about Jason Lee. Like he's
and also the Shade Room.
He's
but T.S. Madison brought those pages up.
Who? Okay, what does that got to do with it, though? What does that got to do with it?
She brought the pages up because she got mad because she said the people from those pages came to her Instagram and they addressed her and she didn't like what they said. But thank you. I'm gonna go to the next.
Whatever. Bye.
Thank you so very much. Okay. He said he's gonna let T.S. Madison know we live. We already sent it to T.S. Madison. All right. Hello, sister. Can you hear
me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, I've been watching and listening. What a night. Wow. So, I don't know exactly which subject we should touch on at this point because it's just so much, Wiley, right?
It's really a lot, but I said I was going to bring this topic. That's why we talked about T.S. Madison topic last, because I knew it was going to be emotional. I knew it was going to be passionate. I knew people they're either going to be on T.S. Madison's side or they're going to be on Shanquella Robinson, of Justice for Shanquella Robinson. So I knew that. So that's why we talked about it last. But what do you have to say about it?
Well, I will say this. First of all, my name is Anaya A. Of the Anaya A Show. So I just wanted to share that because yes, honey, we are working very hard to keep entertainment and edutainment positive in our communities. But I have to say a couple things. People have requested for me to bring this topic up on my show, and Wiley, I kid you not, I'm not as strong as you. I'm not doing it, and the reason being is because there's a lot of demonic forces behind it. I'm bringing something totally different to your page tonight, to your platform, because think about it. This girl was murdered on the 29th, I believe, of October, if I'm not mistaken, just a couple of days before takeoff, right? which he was murdered on the 31st. Right now, there's a lot of like satanic rituals, a lot of, people being offered up, in these ways. So today, a spiritual sister of mine called me to share, that it's been said too that this is what's happening in regards to the spirituality. Now, how does that have to do with TS Madison and all these other people? They are obviously people, and I know that the trans community is going to try to come for me. Please don't, because I'm not with the games. I'm from Brooklyn. So what's going on is they're so off topic. They don't even understand this is a real human life that we're dealing with here. They don't realize that we're dealing with some real wickedness. And instead of staying on point and on topic, they want to be petty. They want to talk about these things that literally have been proven, disproven, et cetera, et cetera. And the main point, which I am on the side of Shanquella, may she rest in peace, that girl didn't even fight back. She was an innocent soul. These people stole, 10 racks from her, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's what they're talking about, right? So you people out here that are not even full women with vaginas, you cannot even have children unless it's surrogated, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? You sitting here talking about a human life that is gone is such a senseless matter. But at the end of the day, again, due to the fact that this was probably some kind of offered up satanic ritual or whatever, you're going to see a lot of demons popping their heads out right now. And that's the bottom line. Play with that if y'all want to, and be careful because it says in the word, right? Touch not his prophets and do his anointed no harm. Y'all are talking about a dead person and y'all want to fight amongst each other. Not you, Wiley, because you just reporting the news, boo. I got you. It's these other fools that's making a mockery of our community. And that's how I feel about that. And so, with that being said, y'all better get your lives together, either regardless which way you want to look at it. Funky, I thought, better of you than to be sitting up here and going back and forth with these people because you work in a space on Fox Soul with a beautiful sister, right? And it's like, why bring yourself down to this level? Stay above. So that's what I really wanted to say about that. And at the end of the day, all the other topics, boy, this past week, couple weeks has been heavy. Wiley, we communicate via inbox all the time. And yes, we do need justice. I am under the leadership of Reverend Al Sharpton, the Reverend Al Sharpton out of New York City. And I'll send a message, that let's see what we can do about Shanquella because he fights for everybody else.
Thank you. Thank you so very because you do work with Reverend Al Sharpton, that you do know him. So thank you so very much for bringing it up. Thank you so very much. I'm going to go to the next caller. Thank you, sister.
You're welcome, brother, and keep up the great work.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right. So we had a Reverend Al Sharpton supporter that she's going to give it to him. So I told y'all, watch the Wiley Show. Let's go to our next caller. Hi, welcome.
Hi, how are you? Am I on the air?
Yes, you're on the air.
Hi, Wiley. What's up? How are you?
Doing wonderful.
That's good. So, yeah, I want to talk about Shanquella, of course. That's what we are here for. When I first saw the video, like I cried. I had to literally fight back tears because I'm just looking at this woman being just beaten mercilessly. And while we on the topic of trans and all this and all that, why is no one talking about the man behind the camera who didn't do anything? There were actual people, bodies in the room with the strength to get this man, it comes to find out she's not a man, sorry, to get this person off of her. And like no one did anything. And that's the part that's really upsetting me. As far as the trans aspect, I'm just gonna say this, because I am a trans woman and I love Black women. I love women in general, and I don't know what this narrative is that for some reason trans women hate biological women. I listen. I have no hateful bone in my body. I love everybody, and one aspect about it that hurts me is that, because I go on these lives, I go on these channels, and the just the hate, some of the hate that I've heard once people thought, and people are still running with this rumor, even though it's been debunked, people are still running with this rumor. And it's just so crazy because does it make it worse? Does it make her death, that much more greater if it was a trans person? It was like it was like a riot. It was like, a mob was just coming after this woman after they found out she was trans, because obviously the image is photoshopped, immediately when I saw the image, I'm like, who did that? Who's playing? Like, are we serious? But yeah, most definitely we should keep the focus on what it should be. Shanquella and getting her justice and all that. Although I do understand why some people within trans community would be upset, because we do get labeled as these deviants. We do get labeled with these negative connotations. So I didn't listen to TS Madison live, so I don't really know exactly what all she delved into. But just speaking from personal experience, because I've always tried to come to things with like a level head. I'm always nice to everybody. I'm super sweet, and a lot of times it's biological women who have an issue with me. Like I don't, and that's so funny because like I love you guys. Like it's no beef at all. Like it's no beef at all. Like I just want us to really stay on topic, you know, come together for this young lady that was killed. Let's just stop all these rumors, this nonsense, this BS that doesn't really matter at the end of the day. What matters at the end of the day is, finding out what really happened to this lady. Because obviously it was some shady stuff going on in that room. And we just need to get to the bottom of things and stop distracting from the narrative,
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you
right.
so
Thank you.
very much
Right.
for coming on, giving your side. We are talking about TS Madison live. When Flame Monroe left the panel, we was diving into that. We also had on the docket where we were talking about very, 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 very humbly, we were talking about Shanquella Robinson, and also we were bringing up what happened with the AT2 situation with his channel being demonetized. We're going to go to the next caller. Yes, you're live on the air. Get off his line. That's your name. Get off his line.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay, my thing is that okay, and this is in regards to not the last caller, but the caller before that with her Al Sharpton reference and everything. First of all, I'm not sure if you understand, but there were content creators spending time talking about T.S. Madison, talking about what she said. In addition to, so my point is if you're going to blame T.S. Madison for swaying away from the topic at hand, which is this young girl's death, then you got to blame the content creators for spending time talking about what Maddie said. Aside from that, I would never reference Al Sharpton as being nobody's freaking spiritual leader to nothing, honey. Where has he been? We ain't seen him since he was fat. He's sitting up on Fox News just lying and doing whatever he wants to do, owing back taxes and everything else. And then also the other side is that why does he support the suspension? Why did he support the suspension of Kyrie Irving? Now that's aside from everything that we're talking about, but I just had to let her know, like, you saying Al Sharpton as if his name is ringing bells, honey. I was back in the Rainbow Coalition days. This is 2022. We ain't seen him or nothing. Ever since he didn't went to Weight Watchers, he been absent, Wiley.
Well, I definitely want to say your comments, those are the comments of the viewer, because I'm definitely different. I think Reverend Al Sharpton does very well for the community. He definitely is advocating for Disney CEO just fired the Disney CEO. They just rehired him, and he fired a black executive. So Reverend Al Sharpton has been talking about that. So Reverend Al Sharpton have been doing well. He does a radio show. He have a show on MSNBC.
Oh yeah, he's on MSNBC.
He definitely he definitely does right for the community. He's not perfect, but he's definitely putting in the work. And I always tell people, if you criticize Reverend Al Sharpton, then you pick up the baton and you join an organization or start your own organization to help your community. But this is about Shanquella Robinson. And the reason why we brought up Reverend Al Sharpton, to bring more awareness with our activists and to let them know, do not let Shanquella Robinson, this situation, die down. We need the Reverend Al Sharpton to speak up. We need the Urban League to speak up. We need the NAACP to speak up. Shout out to Tamika Mallory. She spoke up with Until Freedom. She spoke up on the situation. So we just need justice for Shanquella Robinson. And that's why we brought up Reverend Al Sharpton. And then that person that called in is
she brought it up.
Right. She's actually a supporter. I brought Reverend Al Sharpton up first, but she's actually attend his organization and support a part of his organization. Yeah. Anything else?
So anyway,
I don't want to hold you up, but go ahead, man.
Yeah. So I mean, she's been dead. She's been she died on August 28th, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, and so we haven't heard from Al Sharpton since about this topic. So does she have to tap him on the shoulder? Isn't he in the media? Doesn't he know what's going on?
He definitely in the media, and we definitely bringing it out because, like the National Action Network, we definitely need to get them involved in this. We need all hands on deck.
Because my thing is that if he has the time to mention to support the suspension of Kyrie Irving, then surely he should have glanced across the story of this young woman who was, killed, so to speak, in Mexico. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, because I want to make sure, because she died on October the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, and we definitely want justice. But thank you, ma'am, for calling and giving your thoughts. Thank you so very much. We're gonna go to the next caller. If you want to speak on the subject, all you got to do is hit the link. You are live on the air, Queen Tulsa.
Yes, thank you for having me. First and foremost, I want to say this. A lot of people are really trying to come for the trans community, but let's get at the gay dudes that was there recording. And there has been a divide with the gay guys and trans women. Wiley, when I came out with my story, you thought that it was funny. You didn't look at you laughing now.
Wait a minute. Why?
It was funny.
No, wait. That's not making this about me, because the situation.
You making it about my sister TS, so I'm making it about you, brother. Let's talk about you and your rhetoric that you spill across the trans community.
Wait a minute.
Let's get into it.
Wait. First of all, when your story came out, we talked about your story.
What was my story? It was a hate crime. And what was funny about that?
Well, first of all, that's what you said, but then the authorities had a whole nother situation.
Listen, let's get to the facts. You don't know what happened in Shanquella's situation, but you're over here campaigning for her. I wanted you to campaign for me like you was campaigning for her. This is my thing. Listen, when trans women are Black trans women, we're 80% of the ones that get taken out of here. We already, for Black women, they have to fight hard. For Black trans women, we have to fight super hard. When we go out to a club, who is it? Our gay brothers that's out there. Oh, girl, that's a man, that's a trans, that ain't really a woman. We got y'all out there working for the other team.
Well, I want to say for your story, we did talk about your story, and then also it showed other people picked up your story as well. But this is about Shanquella Robinson, and this is justice for her, because you are yet able to tell your story.
Listen, it was violence.
I understand this, but you're able to still speak. You're able to still talk. Your family is able to still see you. For Shanquella Robinson, she can't. Her family can't see her. She can't talk to her family. She is gone. She's with the ancestors. So your situation is totally different than Shanquella Robinson.
Actually not, because violence was committed against a
I
black
understand
woman,
that, but you
and you have
survived.
people
You
standing around
survived.
watching.
You survived the violence. What I'm saying, we did not have to go to your funeral, is what I'm saying.
But I want to bring awareness. What do I always say? Black women are not protected. She had 2 black gay males that was there.
And they should be charged.
You being a gay male,
they should be charged.
What are your thoughts?
No, I said they should be. All of them should be charged if they had something to do with it. And also the Mexican.
Why aren't you driving the point on the gay men though?
Hold on 1 second. Let me finish my point, and then I'll let you talk. But the Mexican media, you brought up a point. They even said it was a guy with an effeminate voice, right? And they brought that article. They had that in the Mexican media. So if they had something to do with this crime, and this is why I'm glad the FBI is involved, then they should be arrested, and they should be charged and arrested and go to trial in Mexico, right? Go to the Mexican prison if they did this. Right. And so this is what we need. If any was a Mr. Wiggins, and all of the y'all know the people, I don't know their names on the top of my head, but all of those friends that was around her that covered this up, that was a part of this, that taped it, all of that should be arrested, should be convicted of a crime, because that is wrong. And I don't believe that they should serve time in the United States. The crime happened in Mexico. I believe they should serve time in Mexican prison.
I believe that too. But one thing I want you to do is I want you to take the energy that you have for TS. I want you to put it to those guys. We have black men in this room. Listen, let's talk about it. We have black men in this room watching this black woman get abused. And once they thought that it was a trans woman, they just let all that energy out. Where's that energy for these black men that were in the room? These black kings. Listen, women are so quick to protect a black man.
But you asked a question. When allegations came, it was a sister that accused him of the R word, right? Because he R worded her in high school, and also showed some graphic photos of her and posted on Twitter. We talked about that story on the Wiley Show, and we said it's something about Nazar Wiggins that the authorities need to get involved. And I do believe they need to open up that case that happened back when he was in high school. So we talked about that. I just think that you having this built up frustration, and it shouldn't be towards me, because we talked about this case through in and out. We talked about this case, and I feel as though that it needs to be justice for Shanquella Robinson, and it needs to be justice for all women that are being attacked and that have lost their life in the hands of somebody, whether they was white or black. But right now we're talking about Shanquella Robinson, but when Malaysia Booker was a trans woman that lost her life, that was actually beat by a man, I went to her funeral and I said that man should be charged and convicted. We talked about that. I actually even attended Malaysia Booker funeral, the trans woman that lost her life in Dallas, Texas. So I always want to stand on and bring awareness to trans things that happen in the trans community, as also when things happen with black women. I always will bring that up. What happened with any situation, I'm going to bring it up, because especially if it's dealing with a crime has been committed on this channel, if I know about it, we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to say, I believe that person needs to be convicted. Just like when Kaylin Walker had been accused of R word in black women.
Well, Kaylin Walker is behind bars. We're trying to get justice for him.
One second. And Kaylin Walker called into this show because you said I don't have energy for men. I'm laying down how I have energy for men.
The gay man, is he gay?
One second.
Is he gay? I said the gay man.
Kaylin Walker came on the show and he pretty much said he was innocent. And I said, bruh, you're not innocent at all. All the women is not lying on you. I believe that you are guilty. And then I said, if you were innocent and if it came out that you are innocent, I will apologize publicly. That never came about. He was proven to be guilty. I'm always going to have that energy for men, whether you gay or straight or whomever. I'm going to have that energy.
Yeah, those men, I feel like you should be dragging them. They sat and watched a black woman sit there. They were laughing at her demise.
I talk about them all the time on the show.
But you got to let off of TS. Listen here, she is doing numbers.
This particular situation, because we're bringing TS Madison, is because she inserted herself in the situation. So is TS Madison a public figure? Yes or no?
Well, guess what? I'll say it for her.
Is she a public figure?
I'll say it for her. It was her people. It was the girl's people. It was them hood rat gutter snipes that did it to her. I'll say it. The gutter snipes. It was the gutter snipes that was unleashed. Those demons. And some women are deceitful. They can be so nasty. Look at what they did to that girl. Look at what they did to that girl. It was a girl. It was women over there. They was conjuring up. They conjured that up. Some women are just so low down like that. Not all women are like that, but they are low down gutter. Get down in the gutter. That's how they are. They set up rappers. They set up rappers. It's a problem. They are demonic. It is a spirit on them.
Well, thank you so very much. I'm going to move on.
Thank you for letting me call in.
And the next caller. Thank you so very much. I told you this is going to be very passionate when we come to that. You're live on the show. Go ahead, sister.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
All right. Oh, my God. I can't believe that caller came for me. Like, I knew somebody would, but I thought it was going to be from the other side of the tracks. But that's okay. I'm not here to defend anybody or say anything, for Reverend Al Sharpton or what have you. But this is the problem that we face right now in America as we speak. We don't have that much leadership. This is why I was saying what I was saying earlier, because at the end of the day, where are our pastors? Where are those Black leaders of the organizations? And that's why I call back, Wiley, because you're the one who brought it full circle. You said NAACP. You mentioned all the other. You didn't mention Rainbow Push, but you said some other entity, and then you said the National Action Network. And due to the fact that you know of my affiliations, that's why I even brought it up. See, here's the problem that we're facing now. We have lost our ethics. We've lost a lot of morals. So when people are speaking, they're looking at another side altogether. If you look at the Reverend Al Sharpton, again, I'm not his mouthpiece. I'm not his woman. I'm nothing like that. But this man opened the door for me. And I'm going to tell you straight up, when I was going through hell in New York City, when somebody tried to kill me, get this, Wiley, for those that don't know, I'm a Black woman, okay, living in the Bronx at the time, didn't know my apartment building was full of just gangster killers with all these drugs coming in and out or whatever, right? I just got the apartment thinking I was going to be safe in a safe space because it looked so nice and clean on the outside or what have you, but they played the girl. Fast forward, when I got to the National Action Network through my associations, Reverend Al Sharpton opened that door. A lot of times we don't see what these leaders are doing because it's not publicized on MSNBC when he opens the door for a single Black woman, trying to make it by herself, right? So when you see him on national TV, how do you think he got there? Because he's doing the work. So for you people that are sitting here thinking Reverend Al Sharpton ain't nothing, he's been fat and now he's skinny and that's all we know about him. Because you don't know what he's working on, and instead of trying to get to know him, you're doing what? Scandalizing the man's name and reputation. Now, here's what we should be doing, right? We should actually be going to our pastors and our leaders in our local communities. There's all sorts of Congress people. There's all sorts of elected officials that we could be also communicating with and asking them to stop the gun violence or help us stop the violence against Black women.
This is and the reason why we brought it up, because this is about justice for Shanquella Robinson.
Exactly.
And we're bringing it up and naming these organizations. And a lot of times people, if they don't see them on social media, they think they're not doing nothing. But you got to be in these streets to know what these people are doing. And I brought that up because I want more organizations to get involved about Shanquella Robinson. So shout out to Roland Martin for bringing it up. Shout out to Tamika Mallory for
Oh, yes. Oh, real quick. And I know, listen to this. I know her very well. And I know Tamika and her parents very well, and they're working. Some people are writing in the comments, what has Al done in the 20th century? My God. First of all, do you realize Reverend Al Sharpton is also working politically to help us keep our rights as Black people? This man is working around the clock in regards to the democratic policies and all these types of things. Of course, like you said, Wiley, they're not going to see all of that because it's not on social media, because that's what people ascribe to. You're not going out and finding out.
And this is why with Shanquella Robinson, the reason why we is now international news now, because we, the media, Black media, stood up and said, we're not going to let y'all cover this up. Black media came out, Black TikTokers, Black YouTubers, Sean David Wade, The Armand Wiggins Show, Chronicle Speaks, Impressive, Lovely T, all of these Black media, Neek at Night, all of the Black media folks have came out and said, we are not going to let this situation just be pushed under the rug. And because the power of Black media, it reminded me of the media back in the day when they would talk about our issues when it would come to lynching, when they would talk about our issues about and bringing that all the way up in Black media. So what we did, we showed the world that we are the new Black media, and when we come together and unify, justice will be served. And we knocked on the door of the FBI to apply pressure. This rarely happened when the FBI get involved for an international incident.
Exactly.
We want to say, and I want to give credit to all of those people for doing that. Thank y'all so very much.
And real quick, Wiley, too, they're saying, why don't you bring him on the show? Reverend Al Sharpton has an open door policy. If you are in New York City, I guarantee you could sit down with him and talk with him. He is in Harlem every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm not his publicist. I'm not his side chick. That's what's wrong with you low-class people now, just ignorant. And I don't mean that in a derogatory form, as in like us as a Black community, as in your mental state. You guys are sitting here cutting me down, and you just heard that I went to somebody who has power in our communities to help open a door for me. I never slept with the man. I never did none of that. But you people are so ignorant. You don't even understand. I went through a crisis, and I went to the man who has an action plan for those in crisis, right? But I want to say this, Wiley, what I'll do for you when we get off air is we'll communicate so that you could possibly speak with his daughter, who is his helper in like the sense of this community, and we can get something scheduled, because they will definitely talk with you. And Ashley Sharpton, I will let you know, she loves this type of topic, and she fights for the LGBTQ community every single day. So when people sit there and talk, they have no idea. You're welcome, my brother. I will make that happen for you. And then you could tell your people that are watching that I did something, because they don't think I'm going to do nothing. That's disrespectful. Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to go to the next person on there. I told you emotions are high. Okay, breathe, everybody. Like the video. Share the video. Let's go to the next caller. Jess_I.
Hey, Wiley,
Hey.
it's Jay.
Hi.
I don't know where to start. First of all, this is my first time calling in. Can you cuss on here?
No cussing. We want it clean, because the cussing get lost in translation. We don't allow no cussing.
You're right.
And
I'm gonna go slow.
We're trying to get on get on MSNBC. So I'm training myself to not cuss on YouTube. So when they call me to get on Fox News, MSNBC, that I don't turn up in no cuss words. But on Station Head, we can cuss all day on Station Head. So you need to join my Station Head show. But go ahead, sister.
Okay, so I have to say these past few calls have been absolutely disgusting, because at the end of the day, this ain't about y'all and y'all's story and you calling back to tell everybody about Al and all this other stuff and what you do. The ethnocentric behavior and thought process is baffling. I don't understand how people made all this about them. This is about Shanquella. The conversation about the whole trans comment was touched because it needed a response, because it's content, right? Aside from that, that was done. Everybody triggered, and guess what? Your experience is valid. For the people that called in and feel away, your experience is valid, but this ain't about you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This is about Shanquella and the fact that people in general love to take, and I would go to say Black people, but we love to take something and deflect, and now we into the whole semantics of trans, this and that and whatever, when it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Then we got to hear about how you ain't on the gay man's heads, and this is foolishness. These are human beings. These are people who committed an atrocious act, allegedly or whatever, and people have been dragging them. Ain't nobody going back and forth about their sexual orientation. I'm not understanding the preoccupation with this whole thing. It's just very weird. I would like to shout out all the content creators, including yourself, that are bringing awareness to this. I understand that some are doing this because it's simply content. You feel me? And I understand that, and I accept that. But I say use that awareness to continue to spread the word. And so anyway, that's all I had to say. Like, people, I understand y'all feeling the way. And like I said, your experience is valid. I would never tell people how to feel, but this ain't about y'all right now. That's it, Wiley.
Thank you so very much for calling in. All right. Thank you so very much. If we have anybody else, I will drop the link. We can extend the show for 20 more minutes if anybody else want to have anything they want to say. But I want to say again, I'm all about, justice for Shanquella Robinson, because at the end of the day, she definitely needs justice. And those people that was a part of her demise definitely need to be charged and convicted. And I personally believe they need to serve time in a Mexican prison, because Mexican prison is totally different than the United States, and the crime happened in Mexico. So that's what they need to serve time. And I definitely believe that Mexico, the Mexican government failed Shanquella Robinson. And this is why we have to continue to give our opinion about the situation. And this is why I'm proud to be a part of Black media, to bring shining a light on this situation. But thank y'all so very much. This was a very, very high energy show. Thank y'all so very much. I want to say happy Thanksgiving to the people. This is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all the people around the United States and around the world that are going to be spending time with your family. And make sure when you're eating your turkey and your ham that you tell what are you thankful for. And make sure you tell Big Mama or mom or dad or uncle, whomever you're around, friend or sister or coworker, embrace them in a hug. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. We have a video that we're going to restream for Thanksgiving. A good one back when I was in the B sector. So we're going to share that and restream that for Thanksgiving. Also, I'll be in Chicago, spending time with family and having a good time with my loved ones. Yes, but I thank you. Also, thank you, Hot Mess History. She got over 100,000 subscribers. Like, sis is doing it over there on YouTube. And she dropped a heart. She got over 100,000 followers, and she do great documentaries. So when people say she ain't got no followers, no, she do got followers. She got over 100,000 followers and get a lot of views. So when people say she ain't got no views, she get views. We just ain't gonna put out stuff like that. And I'm honored that she graced us with her presence. So she definitely she gets a lot of views on her channel, and we thank you so very much for coming on for that way. But thank you, and we will see y'all soon. Thank y'all so very much. I got a pack. I didn't think this show, we assumed that the show was going to be for an hour, but it just went almost 2 hours. Also, too, we have a text list, and you can text Wiley to 888-534-4939. When you text in your text box, just type the word Wiley to WILEY to 888-534-4939. You can be notified when I go live. Also, if you want to contribute to the show, you can hit our Cash App. We have a Cash App. We also have a PayPal. We have all the information in the description box. Cash App, $ Marquise Wiley 28. Also have a P.O. box for people that are sending checks or money orders. You can send it to the Wiley Show. You got the P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. Okay, that's P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. You can follow me on Twitter at WILEYSHOW. You can follow me on Instagram at Wiley Show, at WILEYSHOW. SHOW. Thank you so very much. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to the people that are here. I'm getting emails and texts about this show, and we will see y'all on the other side. Thank y'all so very much. Thank you so very much for your prayers. Y'all are saying safe travels to people that are traveling around. Get to the airport early. Thank you so very much. And we need you to subscribe to the show, you guys. We want to get to 30,000 subscribers. It's going to happen when you subscribe. But this was a good show. This is the future. This is the future of the Wiley Show, where we're going to touch on these tough, difficult topics and give it a little comedic. And thank y'all so very much. All right. So we're going to do an after show on Station Head. So just give me a little minute before I get that started. I got to pack. And we will see y'all soon. So thank y'all so very much. Thank you. Got to go. Peace.